Nobody taught you to ask this question, but you asked it anyway. Who created God? 3 words, and they've been shaking people's faith and building it for centuries. Some people ask it to destroy belief. Others ask it because they genuinely don't know. And both deserve a real answer. Here's the problem. Every single thing you've ever seen, touched, or thought about had a beginning. Your phone had a beginning. Your parents had a beginning. This planet had a beginning. Even time itself had a beginning. Everything you know points backwards to something else. So the natural question becomes, if everything has a cause, what caused God? And honestly, that's not a stupid question. That's actually one of the most intelligent questions a human being can ask. But here's where most people stop thinking. They assume the question destroys God. It doesn't. Let's go back to the very beginning. Not of God, of logic itself. If everything that exists was caused by something else, you have a chain, like dominoes falling one after another. Domino 1 hits domino 2. Domino 2 hits domino 3. The chain keeps going further and further back. Now here's the question nobody asks. What knocked over the first domino? If the chain goes back forever, if there is no starting point, then nothing could have ever begun. And yet, here you are. You exist. This video exists. The universe exists. Which means something started it all. That something couldn't have been created, because if it was created, it's just another domino, and we're right back to the same problem. Whatever started everything had to be uncreated. It had to exist completely outside the chain. Now, let's talk about the universe itself. Science actually agrees that the universe had a beginning. Right now, the universe is expanding. If you run that backwards, the universe gets smaller. Keep going, and everything collapses into a single point. That's the Big Bang, a beginning. Which means the universe is not eternal. And if the universe is not eternal, it cannot be the uncreated first cause. Something outside the universe had to start it. Something that was never born. Something that was never made. Now here's where it gets interesting. The Bible doesn't say God was created. It says God has always existed. Psalm 90 verse 2 says, "Before the mountains were formed, before the earth and the world were made, from eternity to eternity, you are God." From eternity to eternity. No beginning, no end, just always. But wait, isn't that too convenient? Isn't that just Christians making up a rule that protects their God? Here's the thing. Even if you reject the Bible completely, logic still demands an uncreated first cause. You don't have to call it God. You can call it whatever you want. But something had to be eternal. Something had to start everything without being started itself. Now, science hits a wall here. It can tell you what happened after the beginning, but it cannot tell you what caused the beginning. Philosophy hits the same wall. Every philosophical system that tries to explain existence eventually arrives at something it cannot explain. Even atheism hits this wall, because at some point, something has to come from nothing, or something has to have always existed. There is no version of reality where that problem disappears. Every worldview has to answer it. Every single one. The difference is, the Bible gives that uncreated first cause a name, a personality, a voice. It says that eternal force isn't just a cosmic accident or a nameless energy. It's a being who made you on purpose. And that changes everything. Because if you were made by accident, your life has no built-in meaning. But if you were made intentionally, by something eternal, something that existed before time itself, then you matter in a way that goes far beyond what any human being can give you. Now, some of you watching this are still not convinced, and that's okay. I'm not here to force anything on you. But I want to leave you with one thought. Every answer humans have ever come up with about where everything came from eventually hits a wall. There is no escape from the question. So the real question was never just who created God. The real question is, what do you believe was always there? And why do you believe that? Drop your answer in the comments. I genuinely want to know where you land on this.